Hello and welcome to Saturday. So first things first, you can notice that my voice is much clearer. We're in a much better state. Um, don't expect to be fully healed up by tomorrow, but hopefully Tuesday the latest. So, hopefully. Um, I just watched the video I made on January 1st this year, and that was kind of going over resolutions and things that kind of happened last year. And that's weird to say like last year right now when it's very much near the end of 2024. Um, but I talked about kind of what I wanted to accomplish, and I figured it was a good time for a 2024 recap almost. Um, a lot happened this year, right? I pretty much didn't. I wanted to get a lot done, and I feel like I did. There's stuff that I got done, there's stuff that I didn't do. But on a. There was so much for me to do that I kind of neglected doing this year, and that kind of needs to be fixed going into 2025. But let's talk about what happened. So big things that really happened. End of December last year we had a funeral. In June of this year we had a funeral. So those are two big things that kind of took up a great big deal of time. Visiting my family in Florida. Like I said, my grandmother ended up passing in June, but we went down there in March. We went down there in June for quite a few days. Got you have to. I feel like I was in Florida much more than those 2 weeks, but I maybe not. Um, there's a bunch of stuff like I don't think I made a ring at all. I talked about that in the previous video. How if I can find one. If I can find it's I could maybe grab a ring. Okay, I'm just gonna. I've made rings over the course of the past couple of years, and didn't end up making one at all this year. So that's something that I should probably try to do. Um, I do I I didn't end up writing my touch up. There's a bunch of stuff that I just kind of neglected to do, and that's totally fine, right? The year didn't lead us that way, and it's something to fix going next year. But life got extremely busy this year, and there wasn't really time for doing blank, blank, and blank. So it happens. It happens, which just means we need to do better next year. It's just one of those things that happens. I started teasing a project back in January, and that project still has not come to fruition. I've been teasing it for months and months, well, pretty much an entire year, and I swear it's gonna come to fruition at some point, but apparently not soon. So that's fine. Um, yeah, it just feels like it's one of those things that's going to happen soon, and it always feels like it's going to happen soon, but something happened. It's just one of those things. Um, Other than that, there really wasn't like those feel like the really big plot points of this year. I know work has been super super slow, which is fine, but after that, after a whole what do you want to call it? It's just life in general getting in the way. There's so much going on and there's so much doing, but it feels like so much got done and so little got done. Just reflecting on the whole year, and while it's nice to have every day of that kind of captured on video, um, I didn't bring it, but it's across the room. One of the things I very much neglected to do was write in my techo, which isn't serves as a nice daily log that you can quickly flip through. And there's other things that you can quickly do. You can quickly associate a day with something, and I feel like that's something I want to do going into next year. There's a bunch of stuff that I really want to do that I have been working on, like, this past month. I made a video talking about resolutions starting a couple weeks ago, and we've been getting into the groove. Again, kind of fell off when got super sick these past couple days, and holidays kind of grind things to a halt too. So things are tiny bit off, but I think we'll land on the right foot on Wednesday. I think that's right. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff to just think about, to reflect on, and it's been a good year. Again, a lot has happened, and my ultimate goal is to always make sure that the next year is better than the last. And I feel like I've gotten that done for the past 7 years, probably the past decade now. Every year has been better than the last, and to some degree, and I am happy about that. That's going to be the ultimate goal, but we'll talk resolutions in a couple days. For now, that's what I'm going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then,